A difficult start to the weekend from pole position for Jan Przyrowski left the pole vulnerable into the first corner, with Thomas Strauven and Ian Eichmans getting ahead at the first race of the F4 Spanish Championship weekend at Paul Ricard. In the early stages, the race became a bout between the two Belgian drivers, Thomas Strauven and Ian Eichmans, with Jan Przyrowski having to give chase further back, unable to keep in their slipstream. Compared to what was seen at Portimao, there was very little chaos on this occasion, and the drivers kept themselves fairly sensible in the first race. Juan Cota was struggling and couldn't make the points on this occasion. His rivals were having a brilliant day at the office, particularly the British driver Nathan Tighe, who had got the jump on Jan Przyrowski, and it was now up to the pole to get back into a podium position. It would take a long time, but he finally made it work, and Przyrowski was back onto the podium ahead of Tighe and René Lammers. The two leaders were well out in front, without any pressure at all, whilst Nathan Tighe, René Lammers and Chris Elfagali were putting increasing pressure on Jan Przyrowski. Ricardo Baptista was having an eventful debut at the back end of the field. While out in front, nobody could challenge Strauven and Eichmans. The Belgian was trying to win his first race outright, but was certainly looking for another rookie victory. Przyrowski managed to pull clear in third position, leaving Tighe and Lammers to scrape it out for fourth position. In what was eventually quite an uneventful first race, it was certainly going to be an interesting challenge to see if Strauven could make a mistake. As it turned out, he didn't, and Strauven came through for the victory in front of a determined Ian Eichmans. Przyrowski grabbed the third position in front of his fellow championship challenger René Lammers, while Nathan Tighe settled for fifth position in front of Chris Elfagali. But it was a dangerous situation for Przyrowski and Lammers, as now Thomas Strauven had taken his fourth victory in a row, better than anyone else had achieved so far in 2025. There was another chance for Przyrowski to bounce back, having claimed all three pole positions, but another slow getaway meant that Ian Eichmans would hit the front. Surely this would be the first chance for the rookie to take an overall victory in 2025, but Thomas Strauven would be pushing him all the way yet again. René Lammers was having a difficult day at the office, battling with his teammate Juan Cota and with Vivek Kanthan. Nathan Tighe was actually pressuring the two leaders up front, and the British driver was threatening a potential podium. Viktor Dobrzansky was having yet another difficult day at the office. Whilst back in front, Juan Cota had managed to get ahead of René Lammers. But the Dutchman was determined, and thanks to the slipstream was able to get close to his Spanish teammate and challenge again after a safety car period. On this occasion, it was Noah Montero, Gino Trappa and Daniel Delakian that would have to watch the race from the sidelines. When we got back up to race speed, Ian Eichmans was determined to get away from Thomas Strauven and Nathan Tighe. The British driver was now in second, absolutely determined to grab his first win of the season. But the more they battled, the more Thomas Strauven was able to look after his tyres and give himself a great chance of grabbing a victory. But it was Nathan Tighe who was able to get the move on Ian Eichmans, and finally he managed to work his way into the lead, leaving Eichmans to fend off from Strauven. So for the first time in 2025, Britain's Nathan Tighe was able to take a valiant checkered flag in front of Eichmans, Strauven and René Lammers. It was game on for the Englishman, his first win in F4 Spanish Championship racing. With Przyrowski back on pole, it was yet another difficult start for him from pole position, as Thomas Strauven was able to hit the front nice and early, and there was a big pressure already into turn one from Ian Eichmans. He managed to get ahead, while René Lammers was once again having to play catch-up to Nathan Tighe. Jan Przyrowski had dropped all the way back after a terrible opening lap. He was now behind René Lammers, trying to work his way back to the podium. So Strauven and Eichmans were replaying race one, with Cota now third ahead of Nathan Tighe. But there was more drama. Not for the first time this season, there was a little tap between Lammers and Przyrowski. Lammers would pick up damage and drop out of the points. But there was more than one moment of drama for Przyrowski. He then made this bold lunge on the inside of Renaud Franco, picked up more damage, and that was it. Przyrowski would be out and Lammers would be outside the points. Disaster for both men. So now Nicolas Schaufler and Noah Montero were hustling Renaud Franco. Miguel Costa was having a weekend to forget. From the three races, he would score no points. After Elfagali's strong race one, Schaufler wanted to match it, but the Dutchman Renaud Franco was like a brick wall all race long, and wouldn't let any of the onslaughts from either Montero or Schaufler get him down. The midfield battle was as intense as ever, but all eyes were on the Red Bull youngster Niklas Schaufler, first going wheel-to-wheel with Nathan Tai, and then having a similar battle with Juan Cota. The Spaniard was absolutely relentless through the closing stages, and as they went wheel-to-wheel, somebody had to concede. On this occasion, it would be Cota. Nacho Tugnon and Filippo Fiorentino were trying to spice things up at the back, but they'd run out of time to do serious damage. Out in front, it was Thomas Strauven yet again picking up a sensational victory, and with his two main rivals out of the points, he now leads the championship by 101 points. With 3 months to Jerez, he's looking unbeatable.